think we're live. I think
We are.
I think we're live. We get ready to start. About 4 minutes.
Minutes.
Yeah, I hope we have fun. I think we're gonna have fun today. So I think we're. Let me see if
There we
we're.
go. That's okay. Happening.
So when you're not sure. So it's live on the website right now. All right, nice.
You see where I'm picking up this?
Yeah, it's live on what is the name?
That's your page.
All right, let me see.
Whatever that you said.
Press start broadcast on Instagram and send that.
All right, so what name? Monday night with KW.
Not live.
No, Monday night with KW. All right, I think we're ready. In 3 minutes.
Okay, there it goes. It's on right now.
Welcome to the free show, everybody. It's not the real thing. This is the
Loading up.
loading up and ready to get it, sharing, inviting people to watch. Yeah, while we're getting ready, we're not on screen on. Oh boy, here we go again.
Yeah.
So what happened? What do we need to do?
There we go. We're back.
Why you don't put that on this flat surface? All right. I think we're just about 2 minutes down. Maybe.
Almost there. Almost there. 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
You get time to go call a friend and tell them to join us. To have some fun. Can I drink my water now? Earlier I said we're gonna drink water, but I want to start.
Oh.
Can I drink water now? Alicia didn't laugh. Oh, I heard there's somebody in the room already. Welcome.
Welcome.
Thank you so much. Oh, I'm supposed to be looking right here at the camera. Thank you so much for joining us early. We're actually getting ready to start. I think we're getting ready to start. Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Monday Nights with KW. I am so excited.
Listen, we have been waiting for a week to do this again with you. Excited is an understatement.
That's right.
We had so much fun last week.
We did.
And we just kind of chatted. We reintroduced you to KW Ministries, let you know a little bit about what we were doing.
What is KW Ministries for those who weren't on last week?
KW Ministries. KW Ministries is born out of our own desperate cry. And we wanted to be able to reach out to others who were similarly going through challenging situations and circumstances in life to do two things. One, we wanted to give people an opportunity to work alongside us as we kind of navigate getting out of that desperate cry, we also wanted to give people the opportunity who had been through something really challenging to share how they did it. And so that's kind of the basis and
I like
foundation.
it. I like it. Our mission to reach people with a desperate cry. This is not for everybody. This is for people who have a desperate cry, a desperate need. You have reached rock bottom. You have reached. You're on the verge of giving up, and there's nothing left for you to do, and you're wondering what's next. We're saying to you, come on the journey with us. We reached rock bottom. Our marriage was practically ended. Kamala just didn't leave me because of the children. So we reached rock bottom. I remember when I stood up before my church and said, listen, and our lives has turned upside down. But God has been merciful to us. And it says, to whom much is given, much is required. And because God has given us so much, we've decided to go on this journey and invite all of you to come along. And as a result, Kamala, God has given us something called the journey of healing, reaching people with a desperate cry. What's that? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
So our program, A Journey to Healing, reaching people with a desperate cry, reaches out really to a wide range of people.
Yeah.
So one of the first things that we're really excited to talk about with you is our program that's coming up in March. And this one is geared towards reaching women with a desperate cry.
Why did we choose women first? Why did you all get to go first?
Well, I mean, shouldn't we just get to do that?
We should
Shouldn't we
hold
get
the
to go
door.
first?
I agree.
Shouldn't we just get to go first?
I agree. Yeah, but it has nothing to do with that fact that you're the boss, does it?
No, not at all.
Not at all. Okay, all right.
But our 8-week seminar that's coming up in March, here's how it's designed. So a lot of us, we can share in this kind of idea where we have both spiritual aspects, we have mental health aspects, we have all kinds of different areas in our
So
life.
you have married the clinical and the spiritual.
That is what we have done.
Wow, I think that's going to be great. I think when is it?
It begins in March.
March 4th, and I think it starts at 8 p.m. on Friday nights,
And it runs
just
through
10 p.m., 8 to 10 p.m. 2 hours of therapy, 2 hours of sharing, 2 hours of having a wonderful time. We will have breakout sessions. We will have journals. Why don't you, even now, head over to kwministries.net and register if you have not registered. This one is for the ladies. We're working on the men's. We have a men's 8-week seminar. We have
working on our teen program,
our teen program,
our summer camp
program, premarital, marital, post-marital. We have something for everyone. The journey to healing, reaching people with a desperate cry. We are so excited.
I've got a question for you.
Yes.
So if somebody says to us, okay, Winston, Kamala, you have this 8-week seminar coming up. What's it actually about?
Yes.
What would you say?
That's a very good. And here's exactly what I would say. Restoring the image of God in you. That's what it's about. Restoring the image of God in you. So many people are living unhappy lives, unsatisfied lives, unfulfilled lives. Kabbalah and I, we're not there. We have not arrived by no means. As a matter of fact, the camera had caught me earlier to see me frowning and fussing and arguing, and poor Alicia was trying to break up fights, and so we have not arrived. There's no arriving here. But we're on a journey to love, to joy, to peace. And we want you to come with us. We want to share. When Jesus healed blind people, he said, don't go tell anybody. And the first thing they did, ran and told people. Well, God healed us, or is healing us. And the first thing we're doing is running and telling people.
That's right. And so the program is set up, like we said, in 8-week modules. Every week we'll be talking about a different topic that speaks to both our needs from a mental health clinical aspect as well as spiritual aspect.
So we're looking forward to that. Tonight, though, we're on the journey to healing our here. That's not how we named it, but I want to say the way we named it. That didn't come out right. So we're on the journey to healthy here. That's what I think. There we go. We're on a journey to healthy here, and we have a very, very special guest with us. So we're going to take a quick break, our first break, and when we come back, we're going to introduce our very special guest. And guess what? She has come with prizes and surprises. So listen, and I'm not she has some really, 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 really cool stuff to give away. And so I don't know what we're gonna do to earn that stuff, but you have to go tell somebody right now during the break. Text somebody, tell them, jump on. You can join us on YouTube. Simply Google, YouTube KW Ministries, and you'll find us there. It's gonna say TW Ministries because somebody else is TW. But you're not looking for TW, you're looking for KW's Ministries. You can join us on YouTube. You can actually join us on our own website at kwministries.net. We're right there right now, live. You can join us on Instagram. You can join us on CamWin Min. That's on Facebook. You can join us on my page. You can join us on Kamala's page. You can join us on Jesus is the Answer Hope campaign. Yes. You can join us in a whole bunch of places, all right? We're all over the place tonight, all right? Let's take a quick break. Let's come back. Alicia's here with us. She's giving away stuff. We're excited to hear about Healthy here. This young lady, well, I'll introduce her when we come back. All right? See you all in a second.
Hello, my name is Winston Taylor.
And I'm Kamala Glenn Taylor.
All right. I'm excited.
So you just got a little quick snippet of our intro video to our digital seminar series. You want to talk a little bit more about that?
We're going to talk about that later. Right now, let's get Alicia in here. I'm ready to get Alicia in here. We'll talk about that later. But we have a whole bunch of good stuff, okay? All right, so we have a friend. This is a personal friend. I pastored her when she was a baby. I can't believe she's a grown woman now, and she hasn't changed. That smile has not changed, has not gone anywhere. She's wiser. I don't know if she's older, but she's wiser. She's smart. She's married. She and her husband, they're in love, and they have young baby M that they adore. And she's a hard worker. She has a big humongous job. She said I'm not allowed to talk about that, so we're not gonna get into that. But and she has started this amazing business where she's inviting people on a journey to Healthy here. And so we wanted to have her, since we're all going on this journey, to have her here with us tonight to talk to us. And so without further ado, I just want to welcome Miss Alicia Sangster in the house. Hi, Alicia! And there goes Smile.
Hello. Good evening, everyone. And thanks for having me. Excited to be here and to talk about my journey, about Puretopia. Really excited.
We're excited to have you. We're really, really, really excited to have you. And so, first question, though, that I would like to ask you, Alicia, is one of the things let me say this. One of the things I want to start out with is telling a story about how you and I reconnected. I want to tell that story.
All right.
So I don't know what Alicia was doing, but I tagged her or I messengered her and I said, hey, we're starting, I'm asking you for a donation for our organization, for our outreach ministry, because I'm the spiritual director for Jesus is the Anti-Outreach Ministry, and one of my jobs is to raise money. And I sent to ask Alicia, hey, can you send me some money? I remembered her from my used to pastor's little girl, and I knew she was going to be successful. So I just knew she had a lot of money. So I sent an ask. Alicia, you want to get your story from there?
What happened on your end?
Well, so I saw the message on Facebook Messenger, and I don't remember exactly what I was in the middle of. And I said, okay, I need to get back to this. I need to get back to this message. And I decided to contribute. It was shortly before I was supposed to launch Puretopia, so a lot of funds were being pumped into Puretopia. But, the Holy Spirit said to me, there are persons who are in much more need. I am trying to start a business, but there are kids who need tablets in order to go to school. And I thought it was a worthy cause. And I thought it was more important and it was worth the sacrifice. So I said, okay, God, this is a contribution in faith. And so I went ahead and I made the contribution, and I'm happy I did.
So let me pause her there. So first of all, we meet her character.
Yes.
Huh?
100%.
Did we meet her character?
So imagine, if you're watching, I just want to imagine just the scene that Alicia just painted a while ago. Think about that. Here I am starting my own business. I'm looking into all of these different things that come into starting my own
I'm struggling
business.
financially
I'm
because
trying
the
to-
business takes a lot of money.
And
That's
here comes
right.
somebody that I haven't spoken to
In years.
and the first thing they do is ask you for money.
That's it.
And Alicia not just contributes. Listen to what you just said a while ago, guys. It wasn't just a matter of contribution. It was a matter of, you know what? Here is where there's a big need, and no matter what I need, I'm going to put that aside right now to give to somebody else. And if that doesn't say something about character, I don't know what does.
That's character. And whatever it is that brings her to that point, brings you to that point, Alicia, where you can be that selfless. God is working. So the other piece of that story is, so, Alicia told me about her business and when she was going to be launching. And I asked her to, remind me when you're going to be launching, because just like you supported us, we want to support you. So,
Yes.
Of course, one day we went to support. And you're not going to believe this when I tell you, but it's the honest truth. I was in the process of purchasing one of Alicia's great products. There, Anakin's on the bar. Look at that.
All right.
Thank you. I like you. One of Alicia's great products. I was in the process of purchasing it. And my phone, you're not going to believe this happened, but it's the truth. As I was putting in the information, my phone was interrupted with a California number. I don't answer California numbers because these are scams. Yes, I have a California number, but I don't answer California numbers because they're usually scams. Well, for whatever reason, I answered it. Can I tell you what it was? My former professor, Dr. Solvian Hadi, called me to say, hey, I heard you're writing a book. I'm putting $500 in your ministry right now. You didn't
Amen.
Alicia, I think I messaged you same time.
Yes.
Like, you will not believe what just happened. That's how God works, you all.
Indeed.
That's how God works. All right. So as we're going on this journey, would you just give us a little bit how this came about?
Yes.
How did your product? Well, first of all, Puretopia. What does it mean? Puretopia.
All right. So it took me a while to come up with the name Puretopia, and it's really so pure and utopia. And pure means natural, clean. And then the other part, topia, is from the word utopia, which means ultimate fulfillment, that ultimate goal, that utopia of getting to the point of ultimate care, being healthy, being deliberate in, the ingredients that are chosen, making sure that it's ultra gentle, it's hyperallergenic because my daughter has super sensitive skin. And so that's essentially what the word means, Puretopia.
All right.
Wow.
So there was a lot of intentionality, and you mentioned that you have sensitive skin, which means that you created a product. We're going to talk about the creation in a second, but you created a product that would be helpful to people with sensitive skin. So out of your own desperate cry,
Yes.
desperate cry, reach out to other people, huh?
Correct. So just as a synopsis of Puretopia, we are an ultra gentle vegan handmade hair care line. It's designed specifically for kids, and it works especially well for those like my daughter who has sensitive skin or those who have issues with eczema. And we have a four-step, what we call a four-step wash and go system. And I'm going to pick up the products here, so I'm going to reach over. So we have step one, which is for rice water. Let's see if you can see it. Yes, or rice water and the aloe vera shampoo. Then we have our conditioner, which is or step two, rice milk and flaxseed. Step three, which is our detangler, that's our flaxseed and aloe vera detangler. Oops, here we go, here we go. And then step four is our flaxseed and castor oil curling cream. And this is what we refer to as our Curls 4 Days bundle. Now, Puretopia is the first and the only multicultural plant-powered hair care brand that gives up to 4 days of moisture and curl definition without satin or silk accessories. And that's what's unique about us. We're the first on the market to do this. And it's basically giving parents, freedom, right? So we don't have to convince our little ones to wear those satin or silk bonnets. I know I would have to try to convince my daughter she will never wear one. At least for now, she's 3. She's a toddler, so you can just imagine how difficult that would be. So that's the bonus point. So not only is it vegan and handmade and ultra gentle because her skin is super sensitive, and people are always surprised when I tell them this, but her skin was so sensitive that it would react to a small drop of ice cream. I remember we were in Jamaica visiting, and my husband Robert was eating an ice cream, and he had Emily in his lap, and literally just one little drop fell on her skin. It's normally eating an ice cream cone, and it drips. And she just spoke out, like her skin welted up. And we were like super surprised. And so in the creation of our product line, we had to be very careful, very intentional on the ingredients that we chose so that it would work for Em. She's the reason we went down this journey. We had no intention of doing a business. It was really to address her health concerns. And so, that's really what started out our journey. It was my struggle as a first-time mom trying to find safe, gentle, natural products that would work for her. And, interesting enough, it was after being, I would say, frustrated, overwhelmed, in trying to find what I could use in her hair. I remember going to the pediatrician, and she said, for everything that you have currently using, you have to get rid of it. She is super sensitive, you cannot. And so I remember I would just put coconut oil in her hair, but within like 2 hours, it would just dry out. And you should see my walls. You see the little coconut oil prints. So, the car seat and, and it really wasn't working. And so I vented to my brother and our co-founder of Puretopia, telling him what was going on. And he's like, don't worry about it. I can make something that will work perfectly for her. You don't have to worry about her skin.
Hold on. Putting stuff there. No. Don't rush there. Don't rush there. You said to your brother. So let's introduce your brother. Let's introduce your brother. Don't rush over there. You said to your brother, he goes, oh, don't worry about it. I got it. So who's having
So my brother, Jason, he's actually 1 year younger than I am, and he's a chemist for over 12 years. And, that's why I decided to call him and to talk to him about it. I was like, I don't know what else to do. And, I picked up the phone and I was talking to him about just the struggle of, her hair, the challenges, the tangles, her and from Emily was about 6 months old, I had to use an adult white teeth comb to comb her hair. Her hair is very thick, very curly, different from my hair texture. And so it was like a learning process with her hair. So, I called him up and explained to him what was going on. And, when he told me he would be able to make something that works for her, I was super excited. Little bit, a little bit surprised and, wondering, what does Jason know about hair care really? He's a guy, right? He's a guy. Guys are not really into hair care. But he made the first set of formulations, and I was like, he blew my mind with those. They worked well. Like detangling was super easy. It was really easy to just go ahead and do M's here. And after a few iterations, that's when we came up with the 4-step process that gives up to 4 days of moisture and curl definition. And it actually wasn't until I would go on the road with M, and people would stop me, like that I don't know, would stop me and ask me what I'm using in her hair. I can remember going to the pediatrician office and the nurses would ask me what I was putting in her hair. I can remember going to the store and people would ask me. I can remember even, being excited sharing with my friends videos of M's milestones. And they weren't excited about, the fact that M was saying her ABCs or, saying numbers. They were asking M's here. So I was like, okay. We need to look into this as a business, because there are so many people that were going through the very same struggle that I went through, and we're looking for a solution, and it just couldn't find one because it didn't exist on the market.
That's what I was really curious about. I'm sitting down here like, so you could have easily just gotten this product from your brother and just been like, if your problem are solved. And then said, you know what? Other people can really benefit from this. Right. And I know you mentioned it, as you went to different places and people would comment, but what was there anything that was like a moment that it was like, you know what? I think that I do want to move into marketing this as a product. What was that moment for you?
All right, I would say it was one day at a friend's birthday party. She had a birthday party for her son. It was her son's first birthday. And I can remember, one of the dads, now, we know guys don't really notice here. The fact that he came up to me and asked me what I was doing with M's hair just blew my mind. And I'm like, yeah, we have to really look into this and make a business out of it. So it was really that moment.
But I heard you say that this is multicultural, this is multiracial, this is not just for people that look like us, but it is multicultural, multiracial rather. Perfect. Yes. Perfect. I think this is a good point for us to take a little break. We'll come right back. We have some ads for Puretopia, and I think this is a good time to show one of those. But right before we go, we're giving away some products tonight. We're actually going to give away. Alicia brought some products with her to give away. Alicia, what are we giving away tonight?
All right, so we are giving away step 3, which is the detangler right here, the flaxseed and aloe vera detangler. We're also giving away the flaxseed and castor oil curling cream, which is this. And then we're giving away our Puretopia detangle brush. We're giving away 2 of these. So we have 4 things to give away. So get super excited and tell a friend to join. Not too late to join and try to win these prizes.
I am excited. I'm so excited about what we're giving away. Let's try and, we got 3 children. Let's try. We get some of these prizes. So your question, how do we do this? Now I think, and again, are we able to say who the first person was that came on? Because we're ready to give that person right now.
All right, nice.
Oh, right. Okay, well, the first comment came from...
Nice.
The first comment was from Sharon Lewis.
All right.
Sharon
All right.
Lewis.
And Sharon is from Valdosta. Sharon Lewis from Valdosta, Georgia. Well, guess what, Sister Sharon? We have a gift for you. We're going to send you the detangler. We're going to send you the detangler. Now, all you have to do is send your address to Alicia. All you have to do is send your address to Alicia, and you email Alicia at
.com. Yes.
info@puretopia.com.
Yes.
Info@puretopia.com. So, Sister Sharon, all you have to do is email Alicia at info@puretopia.com. There it is, right on your screen,
Yes.
Sister Sharon.
There you go.
Info@puretopia.com. Email her, and she will mail you out a detangler brush. Show us again what you're going to mail out, Alicia. Show
All
us
right.
the
This
brush
is the
again.
detangler brush. All right. Congratulations.
Nice.
Yeah, let's celebrate, Sister Sharon.
Congratulations, Sharon.
Thank you so much for coming on. We're so grateful to all of you that have joined us. Thank you so very, very much. Let's come back. We're going to talk some more about our products, and then we're going to grab Alicia again into the conversation. Let's take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
All right.
All right, welcome back. So now so before we do this, Annika, could you put up her website so that way folk that are there right now will be able to go on her website. You'll be able to go on her website and order. There it is, www.puretopia.com. www.puretopia.com. All right, so we listened to Alicia talk about her struggles, and out of her struggles, she went on this journey to heal her daughter from this. Her daughter has this condition, and she wanted to make her life easier.
Yes.
Once she did that, she said, "Wait a minute, this is working for me. Let me get other people in on it." Isn't that similar to KW Ministries?
It is so similar to KW Ministries. I actually want to take us back to where it began.
Yes.
We began, and I love the way this works out. We began with The Journey Begins.
Yeah.
And The Journey Begins was our very first devotional. And talk a little bit about the journey beginning. What was that supposed to mean for people who purchased this devotional, people who walked through this devotional? What was it supposed to do for them?
And I'll do that, Kamala, by just simply reading an excerpt from here. All right. Hope in God, the struggle will end. Hope in God, the struggle will end. This is on page 47. What is the hope in which we have been saved? Paul here is talking about the fact that Christ will one day come and everything will be made new. Paul says that all of creation groans with pain. The pain of hunger, the pain of starvation, the pain of murders, the pain of rape, the pain of trouble, the pain of hurricanes. In Kentucky, where we are, we can add the pain of tornadoes.
Yes.
We can add the pain of flooding the other night.
Yes.
And if Alicia was reading this, Alicia could add the pain of eczema, and you could add the pain of eczema. Whatever pain you're going through, the pain of trouble, there are all kinds of pain and struggles, and all of creation groans. But Paul says that you and I have been saved in hope that Christ is going to come again and he's going to make everything new. The journey begins with us knowing that all this pain and all this hurt and all this suffering is going to go away. Jesus is coming and he's going to make everything new. We would love for you to head over to kwministries.net and grab a devotional. We have several devotionals there. We have The Journey Begins. We have The Journey with Jesus through the Gospel of John. We have A Journey through Revelation. Look, it's Jesus. We have Spiritual Warfare. So we have 4 amazing devotionals there that we would love for you to grab. Now, we're doing something special tonight with our devotionals. We're doing something really special tonight with our devotionals. If you Cash App us, listen to this. If you Cash App us for the devotional, if you Cash App us, then there is no shipping. We're going to take the monies that you Cash App us, rob our sales,
That's right.
and pay for your book to come to you. All right. So you can have the Journey with Jesus through the Gospel of John is our latest devotional, fresh off the press, and we would love to send that to you for $20. And then we have a Journey through Revelation. Look, it's Jesus. This is actually one of my favorite devotionals. Look, it's Jesus, and that's for, oh boy, I messed up now, $15. And Spiritual Warfare, $12, and The Journey Begins, $10. If you cash app us, we will send that to you. Remember, when you cash app us, you got to put your name. How would we get? They'll put their information in there, right? They're able to put their address. Put your name and your address. Which one? Well, based on the monies that you send us, we'll know which one, and we will send it off to you on tomorrow. All right, we have something else tonight that we want to talk about, but we want to grab Alicia back in here before because Alicia said, "How are we going to spend the hour?" Alicia, half an hour is gone already. So let's get Alicia back in here so we can talk some more about this journey to healing here. So Alicia, somebody's child has eczema. Somebody's child has his skin is very, very sensitive. How does your product help them? How does it help?
All right, good question. So because our products are hyperallergenic, so it is intentionally made so that it's ultra gentle on the skin, then you're not going to have those breakouts that you typically have with the off-the-shelf products. We are vegan, so it's plant-powered. They're plant-based ingredients, and we specifically intentionally chose those ingredients. And that is how it's going to help, because we are using a plant-based approach. Health is very important to us, and it's in our very tagline, your beauty, your way, naturally. It's all about nature and really go back to the grassroots.
Nice. I like that. Let me ask you another question. Oh, go ahead, Kamala.
I was actually curious about the vegan part of things. Why was it so important for it to be a vegan product line as opposed to, something that had a blend of things? Why was that so important to your care?
Oh, well, multiple reasons. Well, growing up, as a Seventh-day Adventist, we speak a lot about the power in plants, and really that's where the plant power comes from. And in using products for my personal hair care journey, I can remember, having relaxed hair and having, because of the harsh chemicals being used, I had a lot of damages. And so I wanted to make sure, having even experienced it myself, using natural ingredients. My hairdresser was shocked as to the repair that she saw on my hair when she told me that she wanted me to cut it off, right? So it was very important. And then with Emily and her sensitive skin, her ultra sensitive skin, I had to be very careful with what we use. We'd always do like a test where we'll put something, like a product on her, like her shoulder, just to make sure she wouldn't react to it, because it was really like a frightening experience for us when we would see her react to things. It's quite the journey, but as you said, out of struggle comes triumph. I can actually remember while I was pregnant, my husband and I were like, we hope we don't have a daughter or a child that has sensitive skin issues, because we were realizing a lot of babies being born these days have sensitive skin.
Hold on 1 second. We're having some little trouble hearing. So let's start again. You were pregnant and you were saying to your husband.
Yes, I remember when my husband and I were talking while I was pregnant, and we were saying, we hope we don't have a child that has super sensitive skin, because we were realizing more and more, from friends, that a lot of babies being born these days were super sensitive to products or to, food. And for me, that was so surprising, because growing up in Jamaica, I didn't have any, sensitive skin issues or allergies. So it was really surprising to me, as we see the world today, a lot more people have sensitive skin challenges. And interesting enough, right? We ended up having M, and she had ultra sensitive skin. So we're like, wow, interesting. But there is a purpose for everything. God knows what He was doing. He he knew he knew the future. He knows the future, and He would have it that we went through that struggle, but He provided a solution. And so I'm very thankful for that. Sometimes, we pray and we ask for something specific, and then we're surprised as to what the answer is. But He knows everything, and He knows what He's doing. So I am really thankful. I can remember saying to friends and family that the one thing that I am beyond grateful for throughout 2021 is the challenges that I went through. And it may sound very strange, but yes, the challenges that I went through in launching Puretopia, because through the challenges I've seen so many miracles of God coming through multiple times, so many times. It's amazing. I've had, as a business owner just starting off, have your down days where you're like, okay, I don't see a sale coming in today, or 3 days has passed, or a week has passed, and you don't do anything. And it can be a bit discouraging. And I can remember, when was it? Christmas Eve, I was praying that morning, and I can remember as I got up off my knees, I got a notification that said new Puretopia order, and that was actually from Pastor Taylor. So I have to say it. Thank you both very much, because I pray every morning when I'm starting off my day. I pray about the business. I pray for my family. I pray for my friends. I pray for everyone, and it's such a good way to start off our day. And it's just amazing to me that God, He doesn't just care about our spiritual well-being, but He cares about our business, our jobs. He cares about our whole being. And that has been a lesson for me throughout 2021, because I am amazed. I mean, God had to change a Florida law for me last year in order for me to launch this business. And that blew my mind.
Wow.
And that was while I was praying.
Alicia, you say these very important things,
And then just
no. So let's back up first. Because you said something that I think is crucial for us to get clear tonight. And in the name of Jesus and by the power of His Holy Spirit, we're going to deliver some people right now, in the name of Jesus. You said that God doesn't just care about our spiritual being,
Yes,
but He cares about our whole being. And so I want to change that language a little bit. We have to get out of this dichotomy, or out of this either or this boxes where we place our spiritual, then our mental, and then our physical, and then our social, and it's all spiritual. We are spiritual beings. And so God cares about every single aspect of our lives. Let me say it again. God cares about every aspect of your life. There is no social part and spiritual part and work part and school part and no. You are God's child, and God absolutely loves you and cares about you. And the Bible says He will give push for you. Alicia says He will change laws for you.
that's right.
Amen.
God absolutely cares about you. And so, Alicia, would you please just take a moment and just share with us how God changed laws?
I am really curious about that story.
Hold on. I gotta give a shout out here. And Nikisha, I have a gift for you, Nikisha, we're gonna send you. What are we gonna send Nikisha? the cream. Nikisha, we're going to send you.
All right. I will take that note down.
And the reason is, Nikisha, last week you missed the program and you said, you know what? I remember afterwards you commented and you said, oh man, I'm so mad that I missed the program. And then next week I'm going to be there. And you kept your word and you were here. Yes. And we have a gift for you. I was looking for you. I was looking for you before the program started. And so what you have to do, though, to get your gift is you have to email Alicia at info. We're going to put up the information out there right now. At info@puretopia.com. Send her your mailing address, and she's going to mail you. What are you going to mail her?
The curling cream.
The curling cream.
But you who are on here watching tonight, why don't you head over to www.puretopia.com. That's www.puretopia.com and get your curling cream. And if you know someone that has children with eczema and sensitive skin, don't call them and tell them about it. Don't call them and tell them about it. Order it
and give it to them.
Yes, and have it shipped to them. That's what you do. That's how we care for each other. Don't call them and say, "Oh, I was watching this program." And no. Get out your credit card. Get out your debit card. Get out your PayPal card. Whatever you're going to get out, and you order. Go to www.puretopia.com. It's right there on your screen. www.puretopia.com and order that gift for that child, that friend, that sister, and let's get it them. Good night, Sister Smith. Thank you so much for being on. We're so happy to see you. Thank you so very much. And while you're going over to puretopia.com, please don't forget to head over to www.kwministries.net and get your devotional. All right. How did God change laws for you? I can't wait to hear this.
All right, so there is a Florida law that pretty much prohibits, so it's a law in Florida and I think about 2 other states where you're not able to make products from your home. So as a small business, it makes it extremely difficult for you to start off because you have to go to a manufacturer and then the manufacturers will have 25,000 minimum SKU for each product. I have 4. So that's overwhelming, right? Or, I probably heard 5,000 per SKU as well, but very overwhelming for me. And so I was trying to navigate options to see if I could find a manufacturer that had a lower SKU. Anyways, I was working with one manufacturer and it wasn't going so well and I was really frustrated. And I remember at 3:00 in the morning praying and I was really just venting to God and said, I don't know what else to do. I don't know. I've tried everything and it's just not working. And I don't know if this is your way of telling me, just don't go down this path. But, I'm leaving it up to you. I don't know what else to do. And I was on my knees praying and I heard God spoke to me while I was praying. And he said, go and check the Florida Cosmetic Manufacturers Law. And I said, but God, I've read it so many times. I've spoken to specialists about it. And I don't see how I could proceed from starting at home until we grow to the point where we're able to expand to a manufacturer. And so 3 times the voice came back and said, go to the website and go and look at the Florida Cosmetic Manufacturers Law. And I said, okay, Dad, okay. And I got up off my knees. I took up the computer and I went and I searched and I froze because the law had just changed. I knew nothing about it. Oh my God. Oh my God, thank you so much. I remember when I told my husband, he was surprised. I told my lawyer, she was shocked. I told Jason, he was like, no way, you have to send me the link. He couldn't believe it. And I was like, oh my gosh. And it's just been, as I said, there's been so many challenges to get me to actually start, but so many miracles. I can remember even, after that happened, and I said, okay, it's time to go, go, go. And I had an issue sourcing the jars from Curling Cream. Now it's a 4-step system. I cannot launch without the 4th step. And I said, God, now here's me going out, in faith. And I said, God, you just changed a law for me. There is no way you could have just changed a law and I cannot source the jars.
Right?
I had 3 suppliers. All 3 were out. Spoke to them. They weren't expecting anything until about, I think, February, March of this year, sometime this year. And like, there is no way I can wait so long. I need the jars. And I prayed about it. And I literally just searched and couldn't find any jar. And the Holy Spirit said, go back and search again. And I went and I searched and I froze. The jars were available with the new supplier. I called them. They said, oh, we can send you a free sample for you to check if it works with your labels. The free sample came within 2 business days. I checked it. It fit perfectly. And out of all the bottles, the containers you see I have here, it was the first to come in. It was the first. Everything else was it was the first to come in. And let me tell you, God is on a different level, right? When I say I have seen God work so many miracles for me to start Puretopia, let me tell you, it has been.
I love it.
There are a lot more. There are a lot more testimonies as to how I got to start, but those are some of the ones that really have blew my mind. And really thankful for all the prayers I've received from family and friends. I really, really appreciate all the support to be able to get to this point. And, trusting in Him. It's been a journey of faith. I am one of those who worry a lot. My family will tell you, my friends will tell you, I worry a lot. But it has definitely been such a faith building journey. And I never thought it would be through launching a business that I would have seen God work in such a marvelous way. I am amazed.
I can't help, as you were telling the stories about the law changing and about, getting the jars just what you needed, I kept thinking to myself, none of those things happened in the hours that you were praying, right? So God had already been working that out long before you prayed any of those prayers. He was like,
That's right.
You know what, Alicia, I'm just going to wait till you see what I'm doing.
Wow.
Because I'm already doing it.
That's right.
It's funny that you said that, Kamala, because while she was talking, I was thinking about Daniel. And I was thinking how Daniel prayed and Daniel fasted and Daniel prayed. And the angel said, Daniel, I heard you from the first time. It just took me some time to get it. I heard you from the first time. And then you pointed out that God had been working. Could I minister to someone right now? You're praying about something. And you're frustrated. And you're desperate. That's it. You're desperate. And you don't know how it's going to work out. God been heard your prayer. I don't care about grammar right now. God been heard your prayer. And He is working it out for you. Believe Him. Trust Him. He's being worked out as you speak. Kamala just spoke life into you, and you didn't even hear her. None of that what she's talking about happened while she was praying. All of that law didn't just get written.
Right.
It just passed. But God had been working on that thing all along. Her at the point of need. God is working that thing out for you. Stop stressing. When we come back, Kamala, I want to talk about some coping skills on how we can heal and how folk can get that material. Can we talk about that when we come back?
Yes,
All right.
can.
Let's take a quick break. We're going to come back. We're going to have more of Alicia nights. Oh, we only have 10 minutes left. We're going to have a little bit more of Alicia. We're going to talk to you about some materials that we have for you, and we'll come right back. We'll come right back. All right. We're right back. We came right back. And one of the things we want to talk to you about is, as we talked about our journey to healing, reaching people with a desperate cry, the journey to healing, reaching people with a desperate cry, coming out of our own desperate cry. I want to share something with you about myself. I hate winter. You didn't hear me. I despise winter. As a matter of fact, I don't know if Jennifer is on, if Sister Wilson is on. Sister Wilson, if you're on, could you say hi? Because Sister Wilson posted, I'm enjoying myself in Maryland. I went out in 10 feet of snow and I'm having so much fun. And I'm like, but then she pointed out, she said, wait a minute, I don't live with you guys. I'm leaving in about 2 weeks back in that warm temperature, okay? I can have some fun right now. But I hate winter, and I hate winter because wintertime, I get depressed. Wintertime, I get down. It's always been that way for me since high school. Wintertime, I get down, I get depressed. It's just a horrible time for me. Kamala wrote this book called 8 Coping Skills to Heal. And in her 8 coping skills to heal, if you are a person that during these winter months you get down and you negative self-talk and you're telling yourself stories that are not true, she has created this workbook. It's a workbook for you to go through and for you to have your own therapist right beside you to help you heal, to help you cope as you go through these winter months. Again, out of our own desperate cry. I have not had a bad winter in 2 years? 3 years? I have not had a bad winter. This winter, I'm actually looking, I walk. Alicia, my devotional, you talked about your devotional. My devotional is walking. And I walk, it doesn't matter what time of night it is. When I go to sleep, or as long as I wake up and I'm up and I'm fresh, that's the time I get out and I walk. And I walk for 2.5, 3 hours. And I'm enjoying walking in the winter. I'm enjoying spending time out with God out there in the winter. This winter has been, well, it hasn't been much of a winter yet, but last winter was amazing because you have some skills, it's called coping skills, that you can use to aid you as you go along the way. Kamala, I want to talk to you real quick about 2 of these coping skills. And one of them that I was thinking about today was the bedtime one, was the going to bed at the same time and waking up the same time. And I was thinking about our own children and how well they do. And I think some of that is credited to that going to bed at the same time and waking up at the same time. Would you say a little bit about that and why that is a coping skill?
I sure can. So we don't value rest in our culture. We have this idea that we're supposed to go, do, and we leave ourselves out for last. One of the challenges, and this is one of my favorite ways to talk about getting rest, is that if you take the time to notice for yourself, how do you feel when you don't get rest? If I'm sleepy, groggy, if I have to interact with somebody, I am not going to be my best self. And what that tells me is that rest is a really important part, not just to my personal mental health, but it's also very important to my interpersonal skills. And so being able to be intentional about our rest becomes a really crucial.
So how am I, so somebody's listening right now and they're having trouble sleeping, they're having trouble focusing on going and so forth. How do I become intentional about that rest?
One of the first things that you can do in terms of being intentional about your rest is to create an environment of relaxation. And so for a lot of us, we've got TVs going in our bedrooms, we do different activities in our bedrooms. One of the first ways that they say to create a culture of rest and relaxation and to get better sleep, to get better rest in general, is to make sure that the environment that I'm in that is consistent to relaxation.
All right, come on. I want to get in on one more. It's 9:55.
Yes.
See, Alicia, told you the time would just disappear. Let's get in one more. The stories we tell ourselves. One of the big challenges with us why we're depressed, with us why we're going through the challenges that we go through, is you talk about the stories we tell ourselves. In your book, so we tell ourselves negative stories, all right? I don't need Kamala to tell us that we tell ourselves negative stories. You don't need Kamala to tell you that you tell yourself negative stories. You tell yourself negative stories. You tell yourself you're no good. You tell yourself you're too fat. You tell yourself you're too skinny. You tell yourself you're too dark. You tell yourself you're too white. You tell yourself all kinds of negative foolishness, all right? We know, well, let me tell you where you got it from. Your parents told you some of those lies. Your schoolmates told you some of those lies. Your community told you some of those lies, all right? So you're telling yourself negative stories. Come on, coping skills. How do we stop telling ourselves some of that negative story?
Challenge those thoughts. There's tons of evidence that we have in our daily lives and our interactions with people that are telling us differently from what those negative stories are. And so the minute I notice that thought, my job is to go, is that a true thought? Is there evidence to support that thought? And if there's not evidence to support that thought, what's the truth?
And so one of the things I love about why you must register for her Journey to Healing, Reaching Women with a Desperate Cry, we actually in there challenge some of those thoughts. And this is how we marry the clinical and the spiritual. So clinically, if you're going to cope, you have to challenge the lies that you were told. You're no good. Challenge the lies that you're told that because you're overweight, your value is less. Or because you're a woman, your value is less. Or because you're black, your value is less. Or because you're from what did Trump call us? Or because you're from some third world country, your value is less. You challenge those, but then the truth is there in the Word of God. You were fearfully and wonderfully made.
That's right.
You are royalty. Did you not hear? You are a royal priesthood. You're a chosen generation. You are a child of God. You are special. You are the head and not the tail. You go to the Word and you find those truths after you have challenged the lies that were told you. And it's all right here in her book, 8 Coping Skills, The Journey to Healing, Reaching People with a Desperate Cry. Jump over to kwministries.net right now, kwministries.net, and grab your copy. Or Cash App, what is it?
Cash App.
Cash App us, it's coming up on your screen. Cash App us at CamWinMin. CamWinMin. Type in the 8 coping skills, 8 coping skills. Put your address, and we will send you, and you don't have to pay for shipping.
And
All
that
right?
book is only $15, guys. And it's a workbook. It is well worth it.
And well, real quick, we only have 2 minutes. Real quick, before they go, what do you do for them? What's your title?
I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist.
So you kind of know what you're talking about.
A little bit.
Just a little bit.
Little bit.
That's a tidbit.
Little
All right. Alicia, it's time for us to go. We have to go, Alicia. But before
Yes,
we
yes,
go,
we have
Alicia, before we go,
two more things.
that we have to give away. We must give this away. All right. Anna Kay, there's a 7th comment. Who made that 7th comment?
Actually,
That was Shaman again.
That was Shannon again? All right. So how about Dorothy Smith? Can we send Dorothy Smith a
We
gift?
have other comments that were there before.
Okay.
We have Neve Hills and
She was the first one, wasn't she?
So Neve Hills. Neve Hills. What Neve Hills was our 2nd comment to Neve. There she goes.
There she is.
There she goes. Neve, we want to send you a gift. What are we gonna send Neve? All right, put them up. Real quick, Alicia, put them up. Which one
This
do
is
you
the
want, Neve? Do you want
detangler
the
and
brush?
this is the detang brush.
All right, which one do you want, Neve? Come on, Neve, you gotta talk quick. The time is gone. Instagram just cut us off. Neve, are you there? Which one do you? All right, I don't hear from Neve. Oh, she did.
So we're gonna have to decide.
All right, so Neve,
Detangler.
we're gonna send you the detangler, and then Sister Dorothy, we're gonna send you the brush.
the brush. There we
All
go.
right.
All
So
right,
Dorothy,
sounds like a plan.
all right, Dorothy and Nevaeh, please
So-
email Alicia right now, info@puretopia.com. info@puretopia.com, and she's gonna send the brush and the detangler. And listen, if your child is experiencing but Alicia, before we go quickly, this doesn't just work for children because Anna Kay used it. So this works also.
So correct. So even though it is for kids, I've had my adult friends try it out after they saw how well it worked for their kids here, and they were very pleased with the results. So, hint, hint, you can try it out for yourself. So
We're not advertising it. Let's be clear. You're not advertising it for adults. You made this for children.
It's
Some
for
adults
children.
and I've had positive outcomes in
Correct.
my own house. Happen. Okay. All right, everybody. Listen. We want to tell you thank you so much for joining us. We're so grateful. Listen, we don't take your 1 hour on Monday nights lightly. We're very, 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 very grateful that you've taken the time out of your busy schedule, your winding down time, your movie time to join us. We're asking you to join us again next week, Monday night. Not only will we asking you to join us again next week, Monday night, we want for you to join us with a friend. On next week, Monday night, Jennifer Wilson is going to be joining us, and we're going to talk about her journey to love. She has been posting for the last several months, and she's excited. She just got married, and she's so excited. And we want to talk to her about her journey to love. She talks about how challenging her life has been and how God has restored her and blessed her. And I'm so looking forward to laughing and talking with Jennifer Wilson on next week on Wednesday night. Now, before we go, one last thing. Please, I'm inviting you to sponsor a child. Jesus is the Answer Outreach Ministry has an orphanage in Uganda, and they're looking sponsors for children. If you head over to www.jaomin.org, you can sponsor, you can help by sponsoring a child. God bless you. Have a wonderful night.
See you next week. Until that time, check us out on our website. Stay in touch.
kwministries.net. Thanks, everybody. Alicia, get her in here one more time, man. Get her in here one more time. Did you kick her out already? Did you get in here?
No.
Alicia, thank you.
Thanks for having me. Thank you so much. It was wonderful.
As we go and put up that email one more time. You have to email her if you're going to get your prize. That's
Yes.
one, and then two, head over to
puretopia.com. Get your box.
Oh, there you go. And get your entire package. All right.
Yep.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, would you please email us at winstonandkamala@kwministries.net. That's Winston and Kamala at kwministries.net. We would love to hear from you. God bless you. Have a wonderful night. Thank you so much.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thanks, Alicia.
Thank you.
So anxious resistant. So remember there were 4 categories, right? Mm-hmm. So anxious resistant kids were on the opposite end of the spectrum. They didn't have a lot of self-confidence. They really clung to their caregivers, whether it's parents. When I say caregivers, I mean parents, grandparents, just
Whoever's
old
taking
people in
care
their
of them.
lives who were, really part of that initial bonding experience. For these kids, they tended to have really exaggerated emotional reactions to stuff, but they also kept the distance from their peers. How did this translate into adulthood? That translated into anxious, preoccupied adults. Mm-hmm. And so they kind of formed less secure bonds with partners and feel really desperate for love and affection.
Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye. Anna Kay is the boss.